Welcome everybody to the Modern Sages Tribe. I am excited to jump in and to do some readings for our animal guides today. I feel like this is such a fun way to connect to our animal totems. You know, a lot of times we talk about having spirit guides and our ancestors and all those who were around us, but we tend to forget that we also have beautiful spirit animals to be with us, whether that be an animal that we had, or I'm going to rub some oil on me while I'm talking, or whether it be a chosen or a guide that's here to help us. Hello, welcome. So I just wanted to first preface it in that aspect that, you know, just as we look to our archangels, our guards, our guardians, we do have spirit animal guides that are also here to help us. And I'm going to be doing a whole Zoom tomorrow night about animal guide, about how you can connect into animal spirits. Along with, I'll be giving you access to a meditation that has you meet your own guides in your own way. So anyways, I just feel like it's such a good tool that we can have to rely upon our animal guides, especially when we have hard days or hard things going on. We can always call upon them to be with us. And along with that, a lot of times when I get started working with clients, stepping into their spiritual gifts, in the private containers that I have, a lot of times we'll start with connecting into your guides. Oh, I'm so worried about this oil spilling everywhere. I can't believe I did that. Look at all that. Anyways, so with that, I always start first with guides and animal totems, because a lot of times we can easily question if we're in meditation or in journey work, and we can question so much if we have human beings or light beings come into our space. But if we have animals show up, we can't question those animals. They show up, they're here, they're a part of everything. So it's just this beautiful reminder. And a great way to trust our intuition even more. So before doing that, before jumping into our readings, there's a couple of resources that I always highly recommend as far as animal guides and connecting to them. One of them is The Animal Spirit by Colette Baron-Reid. I adore this deck. This is the only deck that my husband likes so far. And then Animal Speak. This one's one of my favorites. I always am telling people about this. If there's a certain animal that keeps popping up in different things, I will always go here and read over things. And it goes into depth about where they came from, their native space, their birthing, how they birth, their process in life, how they hunt, like all the things. And then it gives you a little message at the end or how that relates to you too. Which every time I've been working with people and they've had different animals show up, as we've read it, it's been like spot on with what they're experiencing, which is really cool, you know. So for those who are just joining, we're talking about animal guides today, just as much as we connect into our spirit guides, our archangels, our loved ones who have passed. We also have animal guides who are here to help us, to give us strength, to bring us messages, to help us remember that life doesn't always have to be so serious. So, I wanted to first start by just taking a moment to place our hands on our heart, opening up the space for our animal allies to come forward today. We thank you and we welcome you to be here. We open the space for your divine guidance, inspiration, and messages to uphold, to bring in a lighthearted sense of divine connection. We thank you. And go ahead, and if you have anything else you want to offer or say, feel free to do so in your heart or out loud. Knowing that all of our animal guides are going to be here today brief messages in this physical journey. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so it is. I'm going to rattle for a minute just to make sure we're calling on everybody. Hello, hello. Okay, we have new people hopping on, so we're just going to get diving in. I did give a little information at the beginning, so of course you can always rewatch it. And let's just dive in. Whoever is ready to receive a little reading from your guide, feel free to go ahead and pop it in the comments. How about you pop in your favorite emoji? That's a fun thing to do, right? We're just bringing in fun, lighthearted connection. And while we're waiting for those to come in, it seems like so often we make communication with our spirit guides difficult. And really it's all about play and lightheartedness. And so we're just going to dive in and get going. Okay, Mallory, yours is first. Yours is the white hearts. I always use those. Those are my absolute favorite too. They're so cute. So let me just take a minute here and connect in, Mallory, to your space. I don't know. I feel like maybe this came up last time. I don't actually remember, but I keep seeing a brown bear, and I think that I've said that to you before. I could be wrong. Yes, love and light. Okay, so what I keep seeing with this bear is I'm feeling a lot of this pressure in my chest, in my heart, but I feel like it's connecting into the lungs as well. Which is funny because as I'm seeing this, I'm like seeing this bear like get up on its feet, but he's picking berries, and I want to say like elderberries and like blackberries and blueberries and raspberries, but it feels like collecting things for the winter, but also in preparation to help with your immune system, to help with your lungs, to help with your heart. But it feels like preparing for a dark winter, like how bears sleep through the winter time. And so it feels like this. It feels like a male, deep, like this protector, but also one who is here to help with your stability in life. But collecting, and specifically like elderberries is coming in a lot. I don't know if you make elderberry syrup or you do much with that. But it feels like this call of him like eating these berries and like almost like helping you also throughout the, like prepare for the winter time. And another girl that's popping up is Joanna Jenton. She is my Sweden girl, that's what I call her, I love her. But she lives in Sweden and she makes the most amazing videos, but one of them is that in the winter time, so in the summer, she collects a lot of like blueberries, and then she freezes them, and then in the winter, she does a blueberry concentrate. And I can send a video to you too with that, but she makes this blueberry concentrate to help her get through the dark times. So anyways, I can send that to you, but it's just like a really beautiful thing that is coming in here. And he's totally here to be a part of all of it, to support you, to weather the storm, but also to take heart in the beauty that comes with it. And so he's here like pounding on his chest with his big paw, like on your print, on your heart, helping bring in breath of life, calling upon him as you are preparing for the seasons to switch and to change. He's here to just bring in this really warm, cozy comfort in your life. So that's just coming in right now. Wow, I need this. Haha, winter eats me. And I've been trying to get ready for it. Just made an elderberry. Oxmo last week. Oh, that's so cool. I love it. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, so call upon that bear, you know, if you want to take a minute and to just ask yourself, what's your name? And whatever name comes to mind, you can always call upon him to help bring protection, sturdiness, stability, safety. But mostly it's like hope is what it feels like, is lots and lots of hope. Perfect. Okay, thank you, Mallory. So let's come up the line here. Katie Bevan, are you ready, Katie? Let me know in the comments if you're still here, along with Sylvia. We'll have both of you two comment again so I can just make sure you're here, connecting in. And then we'll go ahead and get started. Okay, Katie? Let's connect in. Instantly, I'm getting all this acid reflux in my throat. Interesting. Just sitting with this for a moment. I don't know why all these herbs are coming in right now too. But the first thing that I'm feeling is something about ginger. Ginger and digestion, to help with the body and to help with like if you have acid reflux or if you have a lot of this like burning right here, for some reason I keep seeing ginger. And that's coming in more potent than an animal. So that's why I'm like, oh, that's very interesting. So let me just sit in a little bit more here. And a honeybee. I feel like you have little honeybees surrounding you in your space right now. And I think there's a lot that goes into that. Honeybees are very dedicated and they're very driven. They're very loyal to a cause. And if they don't, it's like they can spend they spend their whole entire life being dedicated to a cause. And that's just like their loyalty through and through. And I feel like this bee spirit is bringing in the space that you have such loyalty in your life. And that can be such a positive thing, but it can also be a fault. If we're so loyal to things and we're not seeing the big picture of stuff, sometimes we can miss it. Or sometimes we cannot speak up or share our voice because we want to fall in line with the pack at times. And so I feel like that's also why I'm feeling this in my throat, the burning. And a lot of times people drink like lemon or honey to soothe the throat. But I do feel like there's a connection to that with the honeybee. It also feels like opening up doors for new opportunities to come in. And to not be so like, oh, like this is how it's going. It's like almost like sitting back and like expanding just a little bit more to see that there's so many more sweet things in life that are being called to come into your space and that are just like, hey, I'm here. And it's like savoring in those sweet moments. So for whatever reason, the bee spirit is coming forward, bringing that in, and I'm connecting in with the honey. And it's also like bringing that sweetness and savoring that sweetness and knowing that like you have that within you. And sometimes it's just adding a little bit of sugar, adding a little bit of honey to your tea to make it better and to make it worth it and to make it even just that much more enjoyable. And it's almost like this reminder in this call to also let you know that it's okay to go the extra mile for your self-satisfaction and for your self-gratification. And for your self-pleasure is a big thing, knowing that you're okay, like that you're worthy and that it's okay to experience pleasure and to go the extra mile for that to show up in your space. And the honeybee is just welcoming all of that in. You have a big tribe around you, super loyal. And now it's time to just enjoy the sweet things of life and like allow that to sink into your space. So I hope that makes sense. If you have any questions about that, please feel free to send them in the comments. If not, I'm going to keep moving forward. as we're just pinpointing in, jumping in. Before we get going with the next one, I wanted to invite you. Tomorrow we're doing a live Zoom call, and it's going to be about how to connect to your animal spirits and how to deepen that connection, how you can communicate, learning how to talk to your animal allies, as well as animals that have passed, as well as animals that you have right now. Animals are such a passion, and it's so fun. So I'm so excited. So tomorrow, I'll put the Zoom link also in here, but it will be on Zoom for sure. Katie says, thank you, makes sense at this time in my life. Beautiful. Thank you, thank you. Okay, Sylvia, I am hoping that you're here. Mel says, so excited for your Zoom, thank you. I have the other one that I did a couple weeks ago on this group as well. I just feel like I want to start doing more Zoom calls and just bringing in fun little snippets of spiritual connection. We all need that in life. Sylvia, are you here? Sylvia and Penny and Crystal. Whoever is here, if you want a reading, feel free to pop your name in the comment. I just want to make sure you're still here so we can keep moving forward. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, Sylvia says yes. Okay, let's connect in. I am gonna take, for some reason I need to bring this. This is like it's a blue agate rock, but it's about connection and grounding to the spirit realm. And for some reason we're just bringing it in our call right now. Connecting in with Sylvia. Go ahead, Sylvia, and take a couple of deep breaths for me. Opening your heart, being open and receptive to receiving. I see this brown horse coming into play here. But I also feel like it's connecting into the ancestral realm. Interesting. Like I feel like there's a connection to horses, maybe a great grandmother had or a great grandfather. But this horse is just like staring me in the face right now. So I'm just trying to decide what the message is that comes with this brown horse. It's almost like I'm seeing this little girl who is so engulfed, like so intrigued by this horse and like wanting to ride the horse, wanting to pet the horse, wanting to love on the horse, but feeling resistant, feeling like, I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if that's for me. Can I do that? Like, is it safe? And it feels like with this horse just being right here, it feels like an invitation right now to reflect upon childhood. And a lot of people right now are being initiated and going into the underworld. And they're going into this area of childhood healing and childhood excitement. And a lot of times we think of childhood healing as it has to always be heavy and dark and scary. Where, yes, that is needed at times, but it's also of play. It can also be doing the thing that you love to do, or maybe the things that you felt like you couldn't do, giving yourself permission as an adult to do them. And not only that, with the tie to the ancestral realm, is it feels like there's a lot of healing, a lot of understanding to come forward in the ancestral realm with childhood healing and childhood wounding. And so it feels like this horse is sharing with you that it's time to dive deep, and it's time to take that healing and that empowerment and that childhood wonder to the next level, as well as embracing that energy with your ancestors and trusting that your little girl self is of love and of light, and that she is diligently seeking for your support and your love, and vice versa. So for some reason, it's all about childhood. It's about the ancestral realm. It's about really bridging healing in that space. but in a playful way. Like we think, oh, it's so majestic, but I don't know if I can do it. Well, it's time to trust that you can do it, and to get on the horse and ride. And to ride as far as it needs to take you for healing, whether that be working with someone who does a lot with child work, with breath work, with maybe a therapist. It just feels like there's this call and this energy of diving deep into the child realm to bring back a lot of beauty, a lot of play, and a lot of joy that's coming forward. So I hope that that makes sense. And if you have any questions, once again, put them in the comments. And we are going to continue to move forward. Thank you, thank you. As I'm waiting to see if there's anything that she has to reply back with. I wanted to also share, there's so many fun things going on. First of all, Month of Spirit is coming up. I know I've been posting about it. We're going to be really diving into the taboos and debunking the things that hold us back from trusting ourselves, bridging our spirituality, and taking on our gifts to the next level, because we're all being called into this space and it just feels very exciting. So I'll be posting a little more about that. You can pre-register, and in doing so, we'll have a free one-on-one call that's going to be diving into your gifts, along with a discount on the enrollment when enrollment opens up. So that's all coming into play too. I just feel so excited. There's so many fun things that I've always wanted to do, and it just feels like it's time. Okay, so whoever is next, Sylvia, still seeing if you have any questions. Let's jump in with Penny. Penny, are you here? Crystal is here too. Hi, Julie. Welcome, welcome. Interesting, something to really think about. Yes, absolutely. Our animal guides are always here to challenge us and to help us push past those things as well. So thank you, thank you. Okay, Penny, let's dive in with you. I'm actually seeing, you know the movie Bambi? And the cute little skunk that's in Bambi. I don't even know, I haven't watched Bambi in forever. But I feel like this little skunk energy is coming forward with you. Which is funny because we think of skunks as like, ugh, yuck. But also like a little stinker. But it feels like this skunk is here to initiate with you a sense of mischievous, a sense of play, a sense of getting outside the box a little bit. You know, it can be easy to have so much rigor in life to have motivation to keep things going. But it feels like this skunk is like, hey, it's okay to step outside of the box for a little bit, just to be a little bit cheeky, a little bit mysterious, a little bit mischievous. Is what this skunk is bringing in today. So funny. Which is funny because you think of like skunks being black and white and how there's so much of like, it needs to be this or it needs to be that. And it's like the skunk is like, no, it can be both. You can think outside of the box. It can be gray. It doesn't have to be black or white. And that can be with intuition. That can be with friendships. That can be with relationships. It can be with new things that you want to do. It feels like maybe some crafts or an artistic side is coming about of whether it be wanting to get into painting or scrapbooking or music or something that's expressive in the arts. It also feels like that skunk is like pushing, like, it's okay to do that thing, just embrace, just jump in. Who cares what other people are gonna think? Who cares if it's not making money right away? Like, it's stepping outside of the black and white to experience that little mischievous sense of wonder and play, because when we do so, we become connected back into our spirit, back into our soul's expression, and because of that, it helps us to feel more alive and more aligned and more excited to be present in the world, and it gives us a greater sense of who we innately and infinitely are, which is far more than the things that we are experiencing right now. So that cute little skunk is just there to be a little stinker, to help push outside the box, to bring in creation, to drop that into your space. So anyways, I hope that makes sense with you, but that's just a little bit about what the skunk has to offer tonight. So cute. Perfect. Okay, Crystal, my girl Crystal, are you still on? Are you still here, Crystal, as I'm holding a big old crystal? I don't even know, are you into crystals? I don't know if you are. So just let me know if you're still on, or whoever else has not received a little mini reading yet. Go ahead and put comments in there. Penny says, working on that. Good. It's all a work in progress, and it can be playful, so remember that too. Crystal says, yep. All right, Crystal. You got a turtle. I'm seeing like a little baby turtle and then a big giant turtle coming in. And, oh, interesting. What do you have to bring forward, little turtles? Turtles can weather a lot. You know, they can last a long time. I have them for my boys. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Because turtles are pretty durable. I mean, of course, if we step outside of their way, especially snapping turtles. But it's kind of funny because a lot of times turtles too will want to lay on the, they'll want to lay in the light and to receive this basking in the light and receiving, and it feels like those turtles are coming in to remind you that it's okay to take a break, it's okay to slow down, and to even like quite literally go lay out at the pool or at the lake and give yourself space to soak in the sun codes. Because we can do a lot of healing, we can have a lot of go pushing, but the sun is a gift that we've been given to heal and to, you know, sometimes we feel so much better in the summer. We feel like, oh, I feel so alive and just so excited to be here and healthy and happy. And it's because the sun has specific coding. It has this coding that's here to energetically like clear out any of the black, any of the darkness that's no longer serving you. But it also is like changing the makeup of yourself. So a lot of times I'll go and sit outside and maybe listen to music, even for 10 minutes, because it's been really hot out. But it's like I imagine the sun coming in and like beaming all this light into my energy bubble to help me to fill it, just like we fill our body with good food. And the more high frequency food we have, the better we feel. Well, the sun codes are the exact same way. The more sun codes that we have in our body, it's going to emulate this space so we feel happier, we feel healthier, we feel like we can do more. And so even if it's sitting outside for 10 minutes a day and just get in your stomach, a little bit of sun on your stomach, will go a long way, and it will bring in, it'll like balance out hormones, it'll balance out your body, and it will help you feel more thriving and alive inside. And we take that for granted, but the sun truly is a gift that we're given. And the turtles got it. They understand. They know that all of it is to be here and to be in the space, but it's also important to take a break, to make that a ritual of taking a break and receiving, of taking a break and being outside, receiving the sun codes, receiving the light that is automatically given that we can forget about. So anyways, just a little reminder to slow down, to enjoy the sunshine, to take it in, to imagine it clearing out any stress, or when you have stress about your boys, or all the go-to things. That's like even just sitting outside and putting your face in the sun and just soaking it in and just knowing you're here, you're human, you're doing a great job. And even if things are going slowly, so much is coming down. So much is in your space. But in order to not burn out and for your health, it's important for those sun codes to integrate into your aura. She says, slow down, haha, you're funny, with a little smiley face. Well, it's about time. You know that song. It's about damn time. So anyways, that's coming in with that, with your little turtle. And it's cute because it's a little one and a big one too, so maybe that's also in symbolism of your boys sitting out in the sun, or like getting those codes in even more. Or even talking about that, like, how does the sun make you feel? If you're feeling worried or stressed, let's have the sun help melt it away so we feel better and more excited and more alive because of the beautiful sun. So anyways, that's coming in there. Crystal, thank you for being here. Annette, are you still on? Or Julie, are you still here? I would love for you to just put your comment in here so I can make sure that you're still on, so that I'm reading into a space with somebody there. Whoever wants to receive a reading, if you haven't gotten one, please comment that. While I'm waiting for that, I also just wanted to take a minute to connect into the love that our loved ones have, that we have all of this different support to be here with us, to strengthen us, to allow us to thrive and to shine. So many good things that we got going on, and the more grateful we are, the more it can sink into our space, which elevates us, which helps us feel more excited and alive and more creative, which isn't that really what life's all about? I think it is. Annette, okay, welcome. I am going to take a minute here. I feel like I need a rattle for a moment. Okay, I feel like I'm noticing the knees a lot. I'm feeling a lot of inflammation in the knees. But I feel like there's such symbolism in that. But it's funny too, because I'm seeing here, is there a Zoom link for your live tonight? It's going to be tomorrow, but I will post it in the comments, or I'll post it on the page, Crystal, for the live call, the Zoom call tomorrow. And if you missed it, sorry, we're connecting in. If you missed it, tomorrow we're going to be doing a live Zoom call, which is going to be about how to communicate to animals that you have, animals who have passed, along with your spirit guides. Like, we're talking about these animal totems and these animal allies who are here to help us. So we're going to be diving really deep into that tomorrow, and that will be at 7 o'clock. So I will post that link in the group so you can join. I would love to have you. So going back into your space, Annette. Oh, is a lion. You got this big burly lion that's like, you're like, like, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to fight. I'm ready to move things. I'm ready to shake shit up. But it feels like could be a lot of this hesitation in the knees. And the knees are really connected to moving forward. And so it almost feels like this lion is like pushing you to move forward, but it's like, what's the right step? I don't know what the right next step is. And it's almost like sometimes we think that we have to receive confirmation 5 times that it's the right step, when in truth, if we feel like it's the right thing to do, we just got to trust that our spirit is innately connected and that we're receiving the answer to go, to do the thing. And it feels like this lion has been like ready to pounce, like, let's go, let's move, let's do the thing, let's shake things up, because it feels like, is there a Zoom link for your live tonight? Okay, Crystal, sorry. No, I'm just on the live, so I don't think there's a link. So there's this energy, and it's funny because I keep getting pulled off in this comment of bringing things in, and it also feels like that's something. There can be a lot of distraction, a lot of things to do that could be pulling you away from doing the thing that you feel called to do. It's kind of like when you feel like, sometimes because I have a podcast, sometimes I'm like, oh, I'm going to record a podcast, but then I'm thinking about it, and then I'm like, oh, but I'll do it after I clean the house and scrub the bathrooms and do the laundry and go grocery shopping. And then it's the end of the day, and I'm like, I'm too tired to do it, but I had other things I had to do. But it's like this lion is just telling you, like, that you are being prompted and you are being guided, and it's time to, yes, there's going to always be a list of little things to do, but right now it's time to move. It's time to power through, and it's almost like time to be generous with what Spirit has to offer. And not only that, it's sitting with it, receiving action, and then moving forward. And it feels like there's this, like a hesitation. Like, what do I do? How do I do this? What's the next thing? And I don't know why herbs, it's just because I love herbs so freaking much. But Frankincense is also a really great oil, or you can get it in a capsule and you can ingest it, and that's also really good for inflammation. Frankincense, it's called boswellia if you're getting it in an herb form, but it feels like this, like if there's still limitations that are in the body, it's also like maybe having frankincense oil, or putting it on your face or on your body or in the bathtub with you. But it almost feels like infusing your body also with frankincense to help you be gentle with these next steps that are coming, because they're so predominant. It's such a big forceful push, but it's also like time to do it. It's time. And it might be things that are spiraling around in your mind that you've thought about for a while, but like now it feels like this line is like, it's time to go. You're going to be supported. We're going to be there to protect you, to bring in the food, to have the feasts. But it's time to step outside of the box and move forward with whatever you've been prompted or felt called to do. So you'll have to let me know what that is, if there's something coming up for you that sparks interest. But there is definitely something there that is holding your attention, that is being ready to be called. So let me know in the comments. If there's anyone else who has not received a reading yet, please go ahead and comment below. Once again, I wanted to share with you a couple of my favorite resources. Animal Speak. This is hands down my favorite book. Curtis and I were talking the other day. We were in our backyard and we were like quizzing each other how well we knew each other. And I said, what's my favorite book? He's like, oh, it's the animal one. It's the Animal Speak book. Because I recommend it to everybody. It's so freaking good. So, Animal Speak by Ted Andrews. If you have any animals that are showing up a lot, you know, I keep seeing this little snake in my yard. We have a gardener snake. And I call him Jimmy. And honestly, snakes should scare the shit out of me. I am, like, absolutely terrified of snakes. And snakes have so much medicine and so much power that they bring. But let me just read you a little bit about this, because this has like 3 pages of it. But it says, snakes are symbols of change and healing. They have speed and agility. So those who have snakes come into their life will usually find the changes and shifts occur quickly and are soon recognized and defined. When snake comes into your life, you can look for a rebirth into new powers of creativity and wisdom. Like, and that was just like one little paragraph in this whole thing about snakes. And even this one, it says, it can also reflect that your own creative forces are awakening. The stimulation of the Kundalini usually has philosophical as well as spiritual consequences. Spirituality can stimulate greater perception of how to apply your insight and intuition. Your own vision and intuition will become more acute. So, once again, great resource along with the Spirit Animal deck. I love this deck so much. It's so beautiful and the messages just come forward so easily. And this has been one way that I've really gotten to notice, like the elephant or the hummingbird. Notice the messages that come from them as well. So then as I see them showing up in my meditations, I'll be like, oh, I know what this means. And even if it's like, oh, I know a little bit about this, then like trusting and opening your intuition to deepen the messages that come in. And so if you are attending tomorrow, we're going to do a little journal prompt too, or even if you want to sit with us today, the animal Allie that came forward, and have a journal and just write about what that can reflect, or what you can learn about that animal, or what's sparking interest, so that you can deepen that medicine that the animal brings, because we all bring our own beautiful medicine, our own unique essence to the world, and that is such a gift that we're given. We are such beautiful gifts to the world, and as we align and as we awaken and we share, we are doing that for others, and we're influencing them for good. Just like our animal allies are doing here. They are here in support for you. So anyways, I feel like that's probably good tonight. I feel like this closing energy. So I just wanted to thank you for hopping on live. I hope that you learned something about your animals that are showing up. I feel so excited about tomorrow's call. I'm so excited about the month of Spirit coming up. I'll also link that in the comments. And then also a retreat in October. I want to do a retreat in Salt Lake in person that is going to be affordable for those who can come. And we're going to be doing some amazing activities, activations. My dog always chews holes in my blankets. It's starting to be a problem. I just noticed that. It's probably been hanging out this whole time that I'm on a holy blanket. Figures. So anyways, I will send the link to the call tomorrow. I'll put it in our group here. And anyways, thanks for being a part of this amazing little section about the animals and how they can be with us. So thank you. I hope you have an amazing evening, and we'll see you tomorrow.